How's it going, guys? So today's video, guys, is gonna be a little bit interesting. This is something I kind of had an idea of trying out ever since the promotion. As you guys know, there is a promotion this weekend for key tokens, spins, obviously, where you get all prismatic lamps and stars, and you don't really get anything else. It's literally just that and a few random junk items and like rare items and things like that. So I kind of had an idea of if I was to buy 10 bonds, how much experience would I get bonus in a skill? And I wanted to test out to see how much money I would save if I was to use that bonus on a buyable skill such as prayer. This is the one that I chose because prayer is one of the more expensive buyables I have left. Construction is obviously there, but it's like 15 or 16 GP in experience for me. Prayer is around 26 right now, I believe. So this video is kind of more of a example of what you could possibly get right now. I believe this ends on Sunday. I would assume around reset time, which is like midnight for the United Kingdom. Now, no way am I trying to advertise to go out there and buy yourself spins or buy yourself some bonds and change it to spins. I just thought it was a pretty cool method, and I wanted to check the experience of it, basically. Not that I would actually do this for 200 mil or anything like that, but I just wanted to see what this would be like. Now, I'm doing a talkover now. I did make this live originally, but I don't think it'll look that great whenever it's live because now I have like an overall value of what I just did, and I'm going to talk over for it. So buying all these bonds in the GE, guys, cost me just about 66 mil, 65.6 or something like that. I bought them for 10% over what their current price was. These bonds might go up a tiny bit more before Sunday is done with. So I'm not exactly too sure. I already sold all mine, as you guys know, for like 7.3 or 7 point something like that. Around 7 mil. They're still there anyways. They're around the same price. And I think after this weekend, there's going to be no more promotions for now, I guess, with bonds. So using all these bonds, guys, I got exactly 22 small stars. I got 21 medium, 7 large, and 1 huge, which gave me a total of 1.55 mil bonus experience in whichever skill I choose. Now, keep in mind, the bonus experience I did use, guys, was on a skill that is 99. If you are not 99 in the skill, obviously you're not going to get as much experience per star that you use on the skill. I think I got this morning, I did my daily challenge on my newbie account. I am right now just about 87 or 88 divination, I think I am. I don't remember at this point. And I got a small star and I got 10k experience in it. But on my main account, I got like 15.8k experience for a small star because I'm level 99 in the skill. So it's quite a big difference if you're not 99. So I just keep that in mind. But yeah, right now for my actual stars, I think I wrote it down right somewhere over here. Yeah, so for medium stars, I got 30,968 experience. Small, I got 15.484. Huge, I got 123,867 bonus. And for large, I got 61,934 bonus experience. Now, keep in mind also that this is not normal rates. They normally are 50% less experience than that. The promotion is not only that you get all this cosmetic stuff, but you also get 50% XP boost, which is why this is almost to a point where it's like worth buying these bonds. Now, I'll give you guys a little tip right now, especially because I'm going to assume a lot of you guys might have like low agility, slower skills, I'm going to assume. I wanted you guys to know that obviously if you guys do BA, you guys can get a bonus of like 400k plus agility experience in an hour. That is if you are 99 agility, by the way. Same thing applies anyways with these stars, so it's not really a big difference for you. So do not ever use bonuses on something like agility. Anything that has to do with mini games, where it's definitely worth doing the mini game rather than training the actual skill. Do not bother using any lamps or any. Well, I guess lamps isn't too bad, but actual bonus experience, that is not going to really be worth the same value. So I'm basically saying never, ever, ever use any stars on something like fire making, mining, agility. Just do BA for all those. Even the heist mini game, thieving and hunter, just do that. I would assume it's a lot better. And it's AFK basically. It's not really worth spending any lamps on it or any stars on it. Even something like fishing is like 200k bonus an hour doing still creation, and anything else to do with still creation like the needle and things like that. So I mean, don't even bother with that. I mean, I think the best skill to probably use bonus on is either divination, probably Slayer as well. I guess rune crafting, even though it's kind of AFK, just like divination, and maybe a few other skills that are like still under 100k an hour. But for bonus experience wise, fishing is 200k bonus an hour, agility is 400k bonus an hour, fire making is like 1.2 mil bonus an hour. So it's obviously not worth using these stars on those skills. Now, I did also time how long it took me to do this, even though I ended up having 15 minutes on my timer and I spun 80 spins. But obviously, I was doing like calculations the entire time too, so I'm going to assume it took me about 5 minutes to do all these spins. I got 1.5 mil bonus prayer experience, 1.55, which equals out to saving 38 million GP. So basically, I bought my bonds for 66 mil. I so far have saved 38 mil worth of skilling, which means I have to use less bones, obviously. Which leaves me with 28 million GP. So far at this point, I have lost a total of 28 million GP, but I also gained 490k agility experience from using the lamps. Obviously, I use lamps on agility. You can use it on divination or agility if you are max. It's smart to do it in either one, I guess. Agility is going to be updated soon, but I'm sure divination in a year from now will be updated as well, since it's still a brand new skill. And I guess even Slayer is actually good on it too. Obviously, I'm Twitter Mill Slayer, so I wouldn't really even think about that. And I guess rune crafting, but rune crafting is probably the worst out of all those because it's about 140k an hour. And it's quite relaxing, obviously, to train rune crafting as well, rune span. Now, this method will become worth it if you do train a skill that is quite expensive. I use crafting as an example. I know doing crafting right now, I believe, is actually the most expensive viable because, obviously there's no bots right now. Or if there is, they get banned in like a day or so. But crafting, I believe, is around 40 GP and experience at the moment. And if you do things like uncut dragonstones, for example, which is like 600 and something K crafting an hour, or like 700k, I guess, with all the bonuses nowadays, the armor and the Ava and things like that. In that case, if you do basically get 1.55 mil bonus experience in a skill like crafting, and you're training crafting with uncut dragonstones, which is, I believe, 60 GP and experience, you'll basically save 90 million GP using these stars on a skill like crafting if you are using dragonstones to train it, which there is a few people in the game that are training it with uncut dragonstones. By far the most expensive method in this game for any viable, but there are some people that are rich enough to be able to do that. So for those people, it's basically completely worth buying bonds right now and switching it to bonus crafting experience. Now, like I said, crafting is like 700k experience an hour. And using the time it took me to use all these things on the skill and to use up all the spins took me about 10 minutes. So in about 10 minutes, I saved myself 2 hours of playtime basically, or around 2 hours, like maybe like an hour and 50 minutes. And you would also basically save like 20 million plus GP because you bought the bonds for 66 mil, and now the bonus experience you're using it in is going to save you 90 million GP. So you're basically profiting, and you're also getting the bonus agility experience on the side. So definitely worth it if you are doing something like that, which there's very few people that are doing that, but I just want to throw a small example for you guys. Now, if you're training crafting with something like leathers, I think it's around 40 GP in experience. I did the math for that as well. Basically, if you are training crafting at 40 GP in experience, which I believe is like green leather or something like that, with having 1.55 mil bonus, you're going to save pretty close to what you spent on the bonds. With that much bonus, you save around 60 mil or so. You use 66 mil in the bonds. So basically, you'll end up spending around 6 million GP for like 490k agility experience, which is obviously, I would probably say it's quite worth it. And you also save some time as well because training crafting with that method is like 400 and something K an hour. And obviously, doing these spins, you would save another hour and 45 minutes or something like that. Now, I will admit that this video is kind of more aimed at the higher level players, so just like a little, I probably should have said at the start of the video, my bad on that. This isn't really meant for people that don't have that much money, obviously, because, 66 mil for some people is a lot of money, obviously, and I know that. But this was meant to be more of a higher level kind of guide. Since there's like a day still left to do this, that's basically just up to those people if they want to train like this. Is training with bonds, respectable? Of course not. It's not really respected. I did a little bit of it, I'm not going to lie. I don't really care if people want to judge me on that. I probably did, I think, about 1.5 million bonus agility experience I gained. And the rest of the agility experience I gained that day was mostly from camping the Abyss. You guys will see sometime soon in the next video, actually, how much bonus experience I get from just using my effigies while training at the Abyss for magic experience. A few days ago, I got like 1.3 million agility in a day from just using effigies, which is pretty crazy. But from the actual bonds, this weekend I got about 1.5 mil agility experience from just using the lamp. So I guess if you want to include into how much experience I gained today, I bought, I guess, a total of 30 bonds. And yeah, about 30 bonds. And it was just an interesting video I thought I'd put out there for you guys. It kind of sucks to see how worth it that this basically is if you are, like I said, training skills that are viables and they're that expensive. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I guess, it's part of the game nowadays. Microtransactions are going to be part of RuneScape for a very long time. I don't ever see them disappearing because I'm assuming it's made Jax a lot of money. Especially with putting bonds into perspective because, I mean, as I told you guys, when bonds were so cheap, I totally saw a reason to why I should buy them. I mean, you're basically buying 80. I basically bought 80 spins for $50. Which, because the people that bought those bonds spent $5 on the bonds. I bought them with RuneScape GP, obviously, though, and I ended up using 10. So basically, I did from Jagex buy, 80 spins for $50, and they sell 75, I believe, for 20 or something like that. So, I mean, it's way more expensive to use spins with using bonds. But the people that buy bonds and put them in the GE for us players to buy them, the ones that are essentially buying GP, I guess you can say. It's a big ripoff, I guess, but for people like me that are buying it with GP, it's not that big of a ripoff. Technically, Jax has found a way to ask us to pay double for spins. In an honest way, we're basically paying double the price, actually, like double and a half, like 2.5 times the amount of money for spins now. That's a smart move, Jax. Good job. But that was my test, guys. I know this video might not be too entertaining or interesting for some of you guys because it is more aimed at the high-level players, like I said. But very interesting to see. Obviously, I'm not going to continue using this on prayer. I think, in fact, I'm probably just done buying these bonds anyways. I don't want to lose my entire cash stack from buying bonds and buying spins and things like that. I'm happy with what I've gained so far, and I'm okay with that. I don't really care. I will say it does get addicting. Once I did my 10, I was like, man, I just want to do another fucking 10. So hopefully this weekend finishes really quickly so we can't do this anymore and then we're good to go. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it was kind of helpful for some of you guys. If you guys, like I said, are trading some buyables that are very expensive, this might be an okay method for you guys to use during this weekend. I would assume, not too many people are on top pages that are watching my video right now, so it's not really a big deal. People aren't going to get mad at you if you buy bonds. If you are on top page, you might hear some asshole saying something, which is completely normal, and I don't even blame them. But as for the lower levels, you don't have to worry about someone calling you a spin buyer, so you're good to go. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. If you watched the whole video, as always, give it a big dick like, and I'll see you guys next time.